Hello, I'm Laura, and this is Sunday, March 30th, 2025. It is another lovely spring day. Wonderful time to have the windows open, although this one's a bit more chilly than they have been. Nevertheless, here we are. So, Eid Mubarak. A blessed and happy Eid al-Fitr to those who are celebrating the feast that comes at the end of Ramadan. Ramadan, from the Islamic culture, is a month-long time from crescent moon to crescent moon of fasting and praying, reflecting, and doing good for others. After sunset, during the days of Ramadan, people can even enjoy a good, healthy meal or even a feast called an iftar. In fact, when my husband and I lived in Bahrain some years ago, we would drive through the streets of the capital city of Manama and we'd see these big banners that said, "Enjoy your iftar." And they had an image of a Big Mac. Yes, even McDonald's was engaged in iftar. But there are other kinds of feasting as well. And every Sunday of the Lenten period is a day of feast. So today we are feasting on, well, maybe an unusual feast, but certainly one of a lot fewer calories than most. We are feasting on forgiveness. Forgiveness. You've heard the term Happy Thanksgiving. Well, along with Eid Mubarak, today we are saying Happy Forgiving. Forgiveness is a very powerful practice. It is not about letting people or things or organizations off the hook. It really is about empowering yourself by releasing the anger and frustration and the negative feelings that tend to lock you up and slow you down. It actually is a pursuit of justice and equality by allowing you to practice the kind of justice that brings things back into balance rather than seeking revenge. So let us feast on forgiveness today as though we are at a forgiveness smorgasbord by thinking of those things that have locked us up in our lives, that anger us, that even paralyze us from doing anything powerful in moving our world or our lives forward. And the way we can do that is simply to think of what we need to forgive. Perhaps it is a person we think who has offended us. It is an organization or even a nation who has created things that are very offensive to humanity. We can actually hold all of these things in our hearts and say 3 times, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. One for you, one for me, one for all of humanity. And we are going to do that in a precious moment of silence. And whatever goes through our minds in that time that we need to forgive, let us say that again. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. One for you, one for me, one for all of humanity. And so it is. You know, we can practice forgiveness anytime we are feeling upset by someone or something, anytime we have perceived an offense, whether we perpetrated it or we feel as though someone has perpetrated it upon us. And I don't know about you, but there is a lot in the news today that I take offense at. And those are the perfect opportunities to say, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, and empower myself to actually do something that is transformational for myself and my world. So on this beautiful time of Eid, when we are feasting and celebrating the completion of prayer, reflection, and doing what is good, giving for something, we can practice and feast on forgiveness. Thank you for practicing forgiveness with me today, for honoring the culture of Islam and the celebration of Eid, as well as our time of Lent together. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. One for you, one for me, one for all of humanity. Have a wonderful day.